Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Hey guys, we're your hosts Em and Jay, and we wanted to talk about the controversy surrounding the movie Cuties, a French film that recently came to Netflix. The controversy started a few weeks ago when Netflix released promotional material for it. This caused a lot of concern because it involved young child actors, but the content seemed questionable. The original description that Netflix gave read, Amy, 11, and also the actress playing this character is 11 too, becomes fascinated with a twerking dance crew. Hoping to join them, she starts to explore her femininity, defying her family's traditions. And this was the poster that accompanied it. So people were very upset because it looked like these children were being exploited. It also seemed to suggest that this was somehow empowering, but then Netflix released a statement saying that they had mismarketed the film, and even said that the film's message was to denounce this very thing it was being accused of. They even apologized to the director of the film, saying they never should have marketed it that way. They point out that the film won an award at Sundance Film Festival, and that the French poster is much different than the one we got from Netflix. The director is also a Senegalese Muslim woman who said she was pulling from her own experience and wanted to make the film about the dangers of children being influenced by social media with a feminist message. But now that the film is out and we can actually see it for ourselves, it turns out those fears were not only justified, but the film is actually worse than we were expecting. This movie ends up putting the child actors in some really disturbing situations. I think it's important to remember that these are real little girls. They're actually 11 years old. But this movie does not seem to be concerned about that at all, and it completely destroys any message it's trying to send. I do believe there needs to be a conversation about how young children are exposed to a lot of things they shouldn't be, but my goodness, this is not how you do it. To be honest, the poster's bad enough, but there are screenshots that we literally cannot show from this movie because of how vile they are. During the dance scenes, the camera does not care that these are 11-year-old girls. There are so many gratuitous shots of specific areas of these little girls' bodies. The camera chooses to linger even on the children's spread legs, chests, butts. The girls are made to touch each other. There's a scene where the main character steals a phone from a relative, so she tries to strip for him to get out of trouble. He gets upset by this, so she steals his phone, locks herself in the bathroom. She sits on the bathroom floor and pulls her pants and underwear down, and then takes pictures of her private parts and posts it on social media, exposing herself to the world and putting CP on her relative's phone. This young actress is going to have to live with this following her for the rest of her life. It takes a lot of people to make a movie. How could everyone involved not have seen that they were going way too far with this? But I guess it's not that surprising when you consider they had hundreds of little girls audition for this role, and when they did choose the actors, they had them train for weeks, if not months, learning how to twerk, grab their crotches, spread their legs, suck their fingers, along with many other extremely inappropriate dance moves, and then filmed these dance scenes in the most gratuitous way possible. And then they had some members of the audience giving thumbs downs as if that was a good enough condemnation of these acts. It's not. During the dance scene, they have two little girls lying on the floor on their backs, while the other two little girls stand over them and twerk, and then they spank each other. This movie is supposed to have a message against this very thing. They didn't need to make child actors do all these things in order to get this message across. They could have even had the camera pan away and we could have just seen the audience recoil in disgust at what they were seeing. Viewers know what's happening, they can fill in the blanks. Instead, the focus of the camera is on the dance, with only a few negative reactions from the in-movie crowd. And again, they're filming actual children, and they don't seem to have any regard for how they're choosing to film these young girls. This is unacceptable. This movie is supposed to be about condemning this very thing, but that seems really hypocritical with the way this is shot. Who would operate a camera and actually focus on these things? And I'm assuming the director directed them to get these shots. There's a scene where a little girl twerks in her underwear, where again they focus on her butt, and she's only wearing underwear. The adults on set and working on this movie should have been responsible enough to know better. The film releasing on Netflix reignited the backlash, and most people are agreeing that they went too far, but there unfortunately are people who are defending the movie. It currently has an 89% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is contrasted by a 3% audience score, which says a lot about the film industry, but people are arguing that because the movie claimed to be denouncing exploitation of children, that it's okay for the film to actually do that. This would be like drowning kittens kittens to make a point about animal cruelty. Sure, they can say what they did was wrong, but that doesn't change the fact that they drowned kittens. My point is the ends don't justify the means. It's like these young child actors are just collateral damage. So it's really weird to see journalists labeling all the outrage as some kind of right-wing conspiracy theory, or just writing people off as having not seen the movie, even though it's been out for days now, giving people plenty of time to see for themselves. The thing is, this is not a partisan issue, and them trying to frame it as such is pretty cheap. It's natural to want to protect kids, and it is good to shine a light on these issues, because there is a lot of exploitation in the media that kids can be influenced by. Shining a light on that topic is not the problem. The issue is that they contributed to the problem, and that wasn't necessary to raise awareness. But that was our ranting about the movie. Do you think anything will come from the cancel Netflix movement? Let us know your thoughts down below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. I know this is a more sensitive topic than we usually cover, so we really appreciate it. Before we go, we want to shout out our members: Caleb Nelson, Stutania, Tyrant Carnivore, Adam K, Shiny Orc Boy, Taylor Ramirez, The Rabbit Mancer, Dash Hound, Haley Kosheva, Ray Thulu, and Hunter Rose. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone. Bye guys.